Hey, it's Brando, and today we have a special guest, fellow Zelda YouTuber, the Carbalicious Bread.
Hey, I don't know who I am. I don't know why I'm here. All I know is that I must bake.
So having known each other for a while now, his name always made me hungry. I don't know why, but it gave me the idea to make a video talking about all the foods that one would typically find in the Zelda franchise. Throughout its history, there are dozens of scrumptious examples of food Link would eat because, after all, adventuring is tiring and hungry work. I figured it'd be fun to go through the most iconic examples and discuss them here with my fellow food critic. Now, I consider myself a bit of a food expert. After all, I have been eating food my entire life. As for bread, well,
I like bread.
excellent. Now, before we begin, just going to say that we are not going to look at Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom as, well, food plays a central role in those games. There are far too many examples in those games alone for this video. So today, let's shine some light on some of the lesser known examples, going back to the beginning, the way beginning. Smell that? That, my good sir, is the aroma of perfection. A fine grilled piece of meat from the Barbie. Is there anything better than freshly cooked meat?
Yes, the enemy bait from Zelda 1, which tastes so bad that it's not even fit for human consumption and is exclusively used to lure monsters to locations. Not to mention, it has a sprite which looks like a misaligned lollipop.
Hey, listen, Scrawny, you've probably never even meat in the first place. You look like a breadstick. This meat is something special. In times of woe where Ganon has taken over the realm, monsters and enemies outnumber humans 1,000 to 1. When you get the chance at a nice cut of meat like this, oh boy, you take it. Now, the price of a fine cut such as this ranges from 60 to 100 rupees, but don't be fooled. The quality of both of these are identical, which means perfection. The bones on the end provides dual handle access, meaning that you can eat this with one hand or two hands at once. Impressed? Not to mention, this undefined meat of mysterious origin is so good, it can send any grumbly gorilla packing. No questions asked.
Okay, first off, ouch. My second cousin was a breadstick, so I find that highly offensive. Secondly, it's fitting you should bring it up since my next item on the list is The Bakery from Minish Cap. It is run by the lovely Witten and Pita, who sell a smorgasbord of baked goods such as fluffy brioche, buttery croissant rolls, snacktacular pie, and creamy slices of cake. Literally something for everyone. And the price point is a steal, especially compared to other food items. Bait. At prices like these, even I would be tempted to pay for the bread instead of plundering it.
Do you know what cake even is? Because that's just a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Not to mention, you're paying 60 rupees for a sandwich?
Hey, but I have not even gotten to the best part. Each slice of heaven has a chance of containing treasure known as kinstone pieces. I'm not even sure what kinstone pieces do, but they look shiny, and that means they are valuable.
Speaking of valuable, how did you pronounce brioche?
Brioche?
Brioche.
Brioche.
Broche.
No, I'm pretty sure it's brioche.
Well, that bread is making my mouth feel dry. You need something to pair it with, or else you end up like this guy. And the perfect thing for some bread dipping is, of course, soup. And is there a finer soup than lumpy pumpkin soup gotten from the Lumpy Pumpkin Inn?
Oh yeah, the best soup in the whole game for a freaking 5 minutes. By the time you even reach the dungeon, your soup is gonna taste like lumpy, lukewarm smoothie.
True, it may be that cold soup heals less than its warm counterpart, but isn't that true of all food? Nobody really likes cold pizza. They just say that when there's no warm, fresh pizza available. And the lumps? This is a thick potion of delicious healing, filled with the lumpiest lumps in all the sky. A nice pumpkin soup can warm your soul. It's a famous soup that even Fee says is notable for its high nutritious value. So there, tastes good, looks good, and feels good.
I can't believe it. Fee instead of fi. I can't do that.
Oh God.
I changed my mind. I'm back because we're talking about Grandma's Elixir Soup. Great taste. Huge taste. Nobody has taste better than this. And guess what? Guess what its main ingredient is? It's love.
Love? That's not the main ingredient. More like that fairy she just took from us. Not to mention, are you really going to travel all the way here for just soup?
Yes.
You must not have been loved as a child. It's okay. And listen, that soup may be all right at best, but I gotta say, it's definitely better than the Twilight Princess nasty soup.
Oh, absolute rubbish. It's a miracle that this soup did not raise the age rating.
This stuff is such garbage. It can either heal one heart or remove one heart, or it can heal all your hearts or remove all your hearts down to 1/4 of one. It is the most random thing I have ever seen.
And rancid. The sanitation here is almost non-existent. In fact, I'm pretty sure I just saw him sprinkle dirt in there and call it hitchhiker's torture's spice.
Yeah, what even is that? He has it in a cauldron that bubbles. And he is known for selling lantern oil, likely from a fish since he's a fisherman. Is this pot just oily guts from fish? He even says it's dangerous if you don't cook it. Maybe it's better if we don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I think I would rather just drink the straight lantern oil than whatever crap he's cooking in this pot. Even Anju's cooking looks tasty in comparison.
Hey now, lighten up about Anju's cooking. Anju can cook great things. I mean, look, she cooks for her granny all the time.
Yes, and Granny hates Anju's cooking so much that she actively avoids it. Back in the day, Granny and Gramps, when he was alive, rest his soul, ran a restaurant at the hotel. So Granny knows decent food from non-food. And as Granny notes, Anju's cooking is shortening her lifespan. This isn't love. This is torture.
Isn't all love a form of torture? Anju's cooking, which she does for all the guests, are homely. She cooks with her heart. And this girl has heart. It looks like some sort of rice gruel and stew, and granted, Granny won't eat it and would rather starve to death, but sometimes, you just gotta put on a brave face and eat it. Tell you what, I'd rather have this than face some bees for whatever that is.
Hey, I will have you know that bee larva in Twilight Princess is a strategically viable way of recovering hearts, okay? Each bottle of bee larvae holds 10 larvae, which can be used as bait for fishing or eaten all at once to recover 2.5 hearts. This makes it the perfect meal for a fisherman who wants to hold on to bait, but also save a snack for later.
Listen, Bread, buddy, I know that you're used to eating literal garbage, but Link has standards. Making him eat this only gives him 1/4 of a heart. And look, does that look like he's enjoying it?
Come on, Link's just being a little baby. It's not that bad.
If you want something gross and squishy with lots of colors, then try something a little more magical. Try magic beans.
Brando, that's not food. When magic beans are exposed to water, they literally grow into a giant flying plant. If you eat that, you will die.
Okay, so what if you don't actually eat them? I'm sure they're fantastic. The bean seller seems to be doing great after all. These beans have made multiple appearances, but the magical man was only ever seen in Ocarina of Time. Huh, I wonder where he went.
Hey, do you remember Deku Nuts, Brando? I remember those very distinctly. They were not very good.
Man, when I was a kid, we would eat Deku Nuts. Watch my mouth crackle.
Yep, every time you chew one of those, you end up frozen for at least 5 seconds, which should last until 3, 2, 1.
I like the way they make the room look.
Deku Nuts are only edible in one Zelda game, Brando. It's the Wind Waker, where there is a sign in the Windfall Cafe that reads Deku Nut Cake 300. However, in every other situation in the series, they are used exclusively for stunning and damaging enemies. I mean, even Ganon in Ocarina of Time, final boss battle, can take damage from Deku Nuts. And if the King of Darkness can't handle the nut, then neither can you. 3, 2, 1. Brando? Oh my gosh, he's still frozen. Ah, well, I'm out of here. This is a waste of time. I got the next food item to talk about.
Brad, where did you go? Come on, we're almost done with the video. Brad, is that you? Oh my God.
Poe Souls from Ocarina of Time. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. Honestly, they can make a killing on these. Way better than that chunky milk from last Sunday. Wait a minute. Oh, is that a hint of grape flavor? Oh, well, only one way to confirm that.
Okay, but gathering Poe Souls involves slaying the undead and drinking their remains. Not to mention, it can actively kill you. And no, it's not grape flavored.
Brando, sometimes one soul just isn't enough for a human, you know? You gotta fuel yourself on the pain of others. It just feels so soothing, you know, to slurp down the remains of another tortured soul as it struggles to break free from your gullet. The moans as it falls into your stomach acid and burns for all of its horrible misdeeds. And I mean, and it only gets better when you have a whole family in one body.
Okay. On that spooky note, I think I'm going to conclude this video before my soul gets eaten by Bread as well. Thanks for chatting, Bread, and thank you all for enjoying today's Zelda Food Around the Realm video. I'll see you guys next time if I live. Bread, where did you get a Master Sword? Help! Ganon, somebody